I would say Trump has gotten the world's attention on trade imbalances and unfair trading practices of our partners. That's what happens when you announce 145% tariff against China and tariffs, really very high tariffs against the rest of the world. After achieving that, he said, okay, we're going to pause for 90 days on basically everyone other than China, because China responded, so we're going to punish them in effect. That set up the opportunity for deals with our major trading partners. You know, Scott Bessent says, look, we've got 18 countries, the top 18, European Union, et cetera, and we're working out deals. We need to do the same thing with China. My argument is, made the point with China, but 145% tariff against China means we're ceasing doing business with China. That has very negative repercussions for China, even more negative for China than us, but it also has meaningfully negative repercussions for U.S., starting with small businesses, stick with me for a second, and others. The right thing to do, in my view, is we pause on China. Let's give it a little more time. Maybe it's 180 days because we're going to be busy here. What that does is it stabilizes the risk to the U.S. economy and small businesses around the country. But China is now highly incentivized to make a deal. Why? Because of the shock of 145% and the potential for high tariffs against China, every company that's producing in China and selling into the U.S. is moving their supply chains elsewhere. The longer the tariffs persist and unfair trading practices persist against China, the longer they take to make a deal, the greater the risk to China is they lose all those businesses. And so the dynamic now is not, in my view, ideally favorable for the U.S. because there's economic pressure on the U.S. as a result of China tariffs. You pause for 180 days, the economic pressure comes off us, but it persists on China because of everyone leaving. And I think I'd like for us to get to that dynamic as quickly as possible.